Pinang Peranakan Mansion in Georgetown, Malaysia. The Pinang Peranakan Mansion in Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia, is a museum dedicated to Penang's Peranakan heritage. The museum itself is housed within a distinctive green-hued mansion at Church Street, Georgetown, which once served as the residence and office of a 19th-century Chinese tycoon, Chung Keng Quee. The Peranakans, also known as the Babas and Nyonyas, was a prominent community of acculturated Chinese unique to this part of the world, especially in the Straits Settlements, hence its other name, the Straits Chinese. Adopting selected ways of the local Malays and later, the colonial British, the Peranakans had created a unique lifestyle and customs which had not only left behind a rich legacy of antiques, but its cultural influences like cuisine and language are still evident in Penang today. At the Pinang Peranakan Mansion, the typical home of a rich Baba of a century ago is recreated to offer a glimpse of their opulent lifestyle and of their many customs and traditions. With over 1,000 pieces of antiques and collectibles of the era on display, this Baba Nyonya Museum is also housed in one of Penang's heritage mansion of eclectic design and architecture. Built at the end of the 19th century by one of local history's famous personalities, the Hai Ki Chan or Sea Remembrance Store had once served as the residence and office of Kapitan China Chung Keng Quee. Though not a Baba himself, his Chinese courtyard house was much like a typical large Baba home of eclectic style, incorporating Chinese carved wood panels and English floor tiles and Scottish ironworks. Having survived the many decades of neglect and decay, the mansion has now been restored to its former glory of a stately home. The mansion contains thousands of Peranakan artifacts, antiques and collectibles, as well as showcasing Peranakan interior design and customs, such as the typical grand long dining table. Due to its unique architecture and interior design that reflect the lifestyles of the Peranakans in Penang, the mansion has been featured in television series and reality TV shows, such as The Little Nyonya, The Amazing Race and The Amazing Race Asia. The mansion itself was formerly named Hai Ki Chan, which means the Sea Remembrance Hall in Penang Hokkien, by Chung Keng Quee, who was the Kapitan China of Perak and one of the richest men in Penang in the late 19th century. He commissioned the construction of the mansion in the 1890s, having bought the piece of land in 1893. The site was formerly used by the Gihin, a Chinese secret society that was a rival of Chung's Hai San. Both societies had clashed in the 1867 Penang riots, which ultimately led to the decline of the Gihin. The Straits eclectic style mansion, originally painted white, incorporated both European and Chinese designs. A 5-foot way was indented along the building's side facade, while the interior contains a number of wide courtyards similar to the Chinese townhouses of the era. Chung also acquired European interior furnishings for his new mansion, such as Scottish cast iron works and Stoke-on-Trent ceramic floor tiles. These European features were incorporated with Chinese elements, such as the carved wooden panels and screen for the walls. In addition, a temple honoring Chung himself was built next to the mansion. A life-sized statue of Chung still stands inside the temple, which is also adorned with portraits of Chung and his family members. Chung Keng Quee died in 1901 and the mansion was passed down to his descendants. However, the mansion gradually became derelict. It was acquired by a property developer in the 1990s, who repainted it green and, with over 1,000 Peranakan antiques, turned it into a museum dedicated to Penang's Peranakan culture. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.